Hi, I'm Manny Medina. I am the CEO at Outreach. I want to welcome you all to our first quarterly product innovation event, Outreach Explore. We have some exciting new announcements to share with you today. Our team has been working hard to bring new solutions to you so you can deliver what matters to your customers and achieve your revenue goals. Today, we're going to show you how these efforts are translating into new benefits and value for you. But before we get into that, first, I want to thank you, our customers, for trusting us with your revenue teams during these challenging times. We don't take this responsibility lightly. Thank you for pushing us to continually evolve to meet your needs and believing in our vision and mission. Your support has translated into some humbling recognition. And what has happened to the go-to-market motions in the last few months has been revolutionary. We went through years of evolution in just a few months' time, and it's been challenging for us all. We learned that adaptability is critical, and it will continue to be. We have reflected on who you need us to be in a world that is rapidly evolving. Now, more than ever, the world we envision is one where commerce is fueled by innovation and trusted relationships. Our mission is to enable trusted engagements by continuously improving business outcomes through actionable wisdom. Yes, actionable wisdom. See, today there's too many sales metrics that don't actually give you the ability to do something about what you see, to act and change course. Does moving from one stage to the next give you an action? Maybe. But your rep made that decision, not your customer. We need to ask the customer how they feel about it and then act on that information. Or what is a reply rate? Great emails and incredibly bad emails both get your replies. But one is helpful, the other one gets you unsubscribed. And now you have one less prospect to talk to. With actionable wisdom, we move away from the lore and opinion. There are no silver bullets in sales engagement. There is just the good old hard work of learning from each engagement and applying what you learn to improve. Actionable wisdom is built on the concept of flywheels. At Outreach, we obsess over making sure that we're always leveraging your data, matching it to outcomes, and using the flywheel to improve operations and make it more efficient and intelligent in every turn of the wheel. The Outreach Flywheel is built on 3 pillars: funnel insights, rep experiences, and operational excellence, all powered by an AI-driven insight that enable your entire revenue organization to take action in minutes, not hours or days. Funnel Insights allows you to optimize your revenue strategy right now with detailed information that tells your team's outputs is leading to positive outcomes. You need insights that reflect the sentiment of your buyers to unblock and accelerate your revenue in real time. You need insights you can count on. And what good are deep insights if you can't turn them into actions for your team immediately? Our focus on rep experience means sales teams can pivot and standardize around the best practices. This means that all your reps can operate like the most successful rep. Your teams need to operate with confidence. With operational excellence, empowering Outreach admins and operations teams to be successful is always top of mind. We always continue investing in the industry-leading standards that exceed your expectations in areas like data security and privacy and governance and reliability, because your trust is everything for us. The entire Outreach Flywheel is underpinned by artificial intelligence and the world's largest sales transaction data set, and some of the world's brightest data scientists. 3 years ago, we made a major investment in machine learning to drive this flywheel. We knew it was a hard road. It was long, it was hard, but ultimately, the category couldn't be defined without rich, data-driven AI to enable intelligent actions at the center of it all. This has been our vision since we created the category, to ensure true buyer signals and data fuel this flywheel. Now let me show you what we're doing to bring you new capabilities in each area of the funnel, starting with funnel insights. Our first tunnel of the flywheel guides our reps to engage the right buyers with the right content at the right time. We introduced sequences and it changed the world of prospecting. Today, we're announcing a major, game-changing turn of the flywheel that redefines sales engagement category again. This time, I'm excited to announce a new product, Outreach Insights, featuring buyer sentiment analysis, a first-of-its-kind machine learning technology that classifies buyer emotions and signals to accurately measure sales engagement. For the first time in the sales category, our data science team has trained our machine learning models to detect buyer sentiment. Emotion is a quintessential human condition. And as most sellers know, buyers buy on emotion and justify it with facts. Now we have made an important breakthrough with the ability to detect and classify the buyer emotive signals to help your sellers engage more successfully. Sales engagement is all about the buyer. Ultimately, the flywheel is not effective without true buyer signals and data driving it. We'll show you why relying solely on insufficient activity measures like click and open and reply rates can actually lead you down the wrong path with your buyers. Over the last 3 quarters, we've been working with hundreds of sales teams during our private beta. We've already seen that sales and operating leaders are becoming obsessed with how they use buyer sentiment analysis to evaluate and optimize performance of their strategies, their playbooks, and their people. Today, we're excited to share examples of buyer sentiments in 2 new Outreach Insight reports, of many reports to come. These reports are now available to all customers in public beta starting in January. Here's how these reports will reinvent how you measure your playbooks and your people and forever change how you run your shop. You will never rely solely on vanity metrics like click, open, and reply rates again to judge your playbook's performance. It's not enough to know if and how often your buyers respond, but how well they respond, with what sentiments and attitudes and reactions. Leaders tell us they need to understand buyers' outcomes and not just the rep output. They want guided selling, not wild guessing. Here's an example. Many of us believe that personalization is important when engaging buyers. Yet, personalization for its own sake may backfire. We have seen beta customers in actual data being shocked to find that their personalization was actually driving objections and unsubscribes. And nothing is worse than an unsubscribe. You don't get a second shot after an unsubscribed. A well-intentioned rep can send the most carefully crafted, personalized email, but all that matters is how well it lands with your buyer. Finally, you will know where your team stands and which reps need coaching in the moment. Asking reps to do more is not always the answer. Outreach Insights introduces important new leading indicators such as pacing, time to reply, touches per contact into the coaching mix. Our data science team has processed billions of sales transactions to know the top leading indicators that drive meeting conversion rates. So you don't have to hire the best machine learning PhDs to do this. We have built them right into our Outreach Insights. It's time to reinvent how you measure your sales efforts so you can focus on what really matters to your customers. Now Jordan will show you how.
Thank you, Manny. Buyer sentiment analysis is a massive leap forward for sales leaders and their teams. Outreach is the only sales engagement platform using this new machine learning technology to measure playbook and prospecting rep performance. Now, with real buyer feedback, you'll never again rely solely on engagement metrics like reply rates. Let's jump in. Let me show you how one of our beta customers, DeepD, uses the new sequence performance report to measure sequence and content performance. DeepD is on the sales ops team and owns sequence strategy and content management. Let's take a look at her report. For DeepD, understanding how sequences resonate with buyers is a crucial element of her job, especially with her top buyer persona, marketing leadership. We can quickly see at the top how they're performing with marketing leaders across all relevant sequences. She immediately sees trends in sequence performance with traditional engagement metrics like reply, open, and click rates, and sequence attribution to booked meetings. Now, let me show you how buyer sentiment analysis provides a whole new set of insights. She sees trends as well as buyer engagements classified into positive responses, objections, referrals, unsubscribes, and other responses. Let's take a look at the most used sequence. Personalized marketing leadership has the most prospects sequenced during this time frame. The basic engagement metrics look strong. A reply rate of 29% is higher than the 19% average for this group of sequences, and an open rate of 31% is good. If open and reply rates were the sole metrics available to Deepti, she'd expect this sequence to drive a lot of booked meetings. However, because we attribute sequences to booked meetings, we can see this is actually not performing well. Relative to the volume of prospects sequence, this yield of booked meetings is very low. Compared to the sequence below, which has half the volume of prospects and twice the amount of booked meetings. Let's check if the right personas were engaged with this sequence. With machine learning, we make this quick and painless. We now analyze prospect titles and automatically classify them into buyer personas. So it's easy for Deepti to quickly confirm, yes, this sequence is primarily focused on marketing leadership. So we've ruled that out as a problem. This next analysis is the most important thing I'm going to show you. After you see this, I think you'll agree reply rates are simply not enough to measure sequence performance. As Deepti evaluates the sequence's sentiment, she can benchmark these rates against averages from the whole group. The objection rate of 47% is significantly higher than the group's average of 26%. As she analyzes the sequence, she finds step 2 is the biggest contributor to a high objection rate. It's an A/B test where she asked reps to personalize variant A with COVID-era relevant messaging, and she pre-wrote variant B. If we only looked at reply rates, we'd see a similar volume of responses, and we'd likely continue the A/B test even though deeper engagement metrics showed the high-touch personalization isn't working. Because of buyer sentiment analysis, Deepti identified in this circumstance, their reps didn't need to spend time personalizing. Let's immediately take action on this insight and remove variant A from step 2. If reply rates were our only measure of performance, we would have doubled down on this sequence mistakenly. This is the power of buyer sentiment analysis. It's not only a more effective measure of performance, but it also provides the insights to immediately identify how to increase outcomes from this sequence. Next, I'll show you how buyer sentiment analysis helps managers measure rep performance. Let's look at how Veronica, who runs an SDR team, uses this next report. Veronica's team performance report helps track her team and reps against outcomes like meetings booked, and leading indicators like touches per prospect and response time benchmarks. She uses it as her daily dashboard to keep a pulse on her team. It shows her team's progress towards booked meetings and a forecast of where her team will finish at the end of the month. Our machine learning uses her team's progress and rep activities to forecast where her team will land. She can also see how her reps need additional support and coaching. That's what makes this report so valuable. We see each rep's progress towards their monthly booked meetings goal, the number of prospects sequenced, and the conversion rate of those prospects taking a meeting. These last two metrics are what we call leading indicators. Asking reps to do more is often not the answer. Remember, it's outcomes, not output, that matters. Our data science team has processed billions of sales interactions to know the top leading indicators that drive meeting conversion rates, touches per prospect, and response time. We know these are critical, so we've pulled them into the report so managers like Veronica can coach reps within the moment specific actions to improve performance. Scott Sprout, who is ramping on Veronica's team, is far behind his peers and at risk of not hitting his first full month at quota. He's engaging around the same average number of prospects as his peers, but his meeting conversion rate is significantly below the average of 4.5%. Looking at his leading indicators, his 5 touches per prospect is below the average of 8, but his response time, which we benchmark against reps in his company and across all Outreach customers, is fast. As we look across his leading indicators of success, we have one positive reinforcement and one coaching opportunity. His meeting conversion rate is low, so let's diagnose. Buyer sentiment analysis gives Veronica a guide to understanding buyer attitudes and opinions to an individual rep's approach, messaging, and personalization. It's an amazing diagnostic tool that's going to help her quickly understand where Scott is struggling and how to coach. Scott's positive rate is lower than his team's average of 49%. And wow, his objection and unsubscribe rates are high. This is a real problem. Every unsubscribe, we lose our chance to re-engage. This could be an indication of Scott targeting the wrong personas or using ineffective messaging. Let's check personas first. We can now see Scott is over-indexed on sales VPs and marketing ICs. Veronica's team focuses on marketing leadership and marketing ops. This is a common mistake with ramping reps. With these insights, Veronica has 3 strong coaching tips for Scott to adjust while there's still time to save his quota. First, keep following up quickly on replies. That behavior will drive more meetings for Scott. Second, increase the number of touches per prospect from 5 to 8 by ensuring he's using the right sequences. And most importantly, focus on the right personas. Veronica raves about this report because it allows her to coach towards strong outcomes in the moment. Without the right insights, we often fall back onto encouraging more activities. But in our current selling environment, reaching out more simply won't work. Now, more than ever, our reps need to listen to buyers. With buyer sentiment analysis and these new machine learning capabilities, managers can now coach their entire team to perform like their best reps. No more guessing. You know right now what's working and what's not, and can address it immediately. I've just walked you through how buyer sentiment analysis can dramatically help you understand how your reps engage buyers. It's no longer enough to know if and how often buyers respond, but how well they respond. Now, back over to you, Manny.
Thank you, Jordan. It's incredible to see how investments in AI have come to life. We're bringing together the art and the science. Your team will get smarter, the AI will get smarter, and your customers will just have a better experience as a result. Next up on our trip around the flywheel, our bread and butter. Let's look at how Outreach helps reps sell more efficiently and effectively. Cassie, one of our top account executive leaders here at Outreach, is going to show you tools that closers and sales leaders use to inspect and engage active opportunities to accelerate the deal cycle.
Thanks, Manny. As we look to adapt to the new remote selling reality, we're super excited today to announce new deal acceleration tools. These tools are being leveraged by some of the top revenue leaders today, and I'm going to show you exactly how they do it. These capabilities will allow you to do 3 things. First, ensure that your sellers have full account coverage. Second, ensure that you're able to inspect their deals to convert pipeline. And third, give you the ability to coach your reps to the actions that matter. All with data-driven insights in real time. All to provide consistency in how your reps engage with your customers so you can drive predictable outcomes. Let's jump in and I'll show you how I do it with my team today.
From the account management view, Outreach gives you confidence your book of business is properly engaged in a single glance. You can easily see a team or an individual rep's top accounts and which prospects are actively engaged. The graph shows the level of engagement between the prospect and your reps over time and the last time that the rep reached out. We also provide additional account details, including the account's history and if there are any active opportunities. Now let's move over to our centralized opportunity management view. You can easily manage your pipeline and your business without searching across multiple platforms. As you can see, it's easy to quickly view your entire team's pipeline. At the top, we show active deals by stage to easily filter where you want to focus your coaching. Most importantly, you can quickly inspect which deals are moving and which deals are at risk by the level of engagement and activity on the opportunity and upcoming scheduled events. This info makes it easy to drill down into the deal to see how it's being worked and provide the rep guidance and real-time coaching. Here I can see Brown Consulting is a big deal, but given its size, it doesn't have enough prospects or a next step on the schedule. So I simply assign a task for my rep to immediately take action. I know it's a critical deal, so I mark the task as urgent so we move quickly. Now let's jump over to see how this shows up in the rep experience. As a rep, Outreach enables you to be highly productive wherever you work, including right from your inbox. To start, you can see with the Outreach extension open in the inbox, a rep can book meetings, execute tasks and activities, and update account information, all within a familiar view. This is also true of notification. You can see here the rep was instantly notified to take action from the task I just assigned. It's easy to immediately take action. Here the task advises the rep to engage in a broader, multi-threaded conversation across many key stakeholders to re-engage this deal. Now this deal is headed in the right direction, all in a matter of minutes.
To get the full benefit from Outreach's reporting, you're going to want your entire revenue team tracking activity through Outreach. That said, as you and I know, every seller is different, even sellers in the same role on the same team. Some don't use Salesforce tasks, some don't even use Outreach tasks. But we all spend our entire day in our email. So we've worked hard to bring the best of Outreach into your inbox. Let's jump into that.
From your inbox, you can quickly write high-quality emails that get responses and keep deals moving forward. Let's say I just got off a discovery call with Bridget, who wants to schedule a demo. When I add her to the email, my opportunity with her is automatically associated to my email. I search the relevant template to save me some time. My Outreach templates and snippets can be simple text responses or emails coded with HTML for a more polished look. To schedule a meeting, I can either share a link to my entire calendar, or I may want to suggest specific times. Outreach meeting types make it easy to automatically add the duration, the meeting details, and conference link. I can even report on which types of meetings my reps are booking and holding. I'll add my sales engineer to this demo. Then I'm going to simply select meeting times that respect my colleagues' working hours and keep buffers between our meetings. With Outreach meetings, I can be confident Bridget will book next steps with one-click scheduling. But what if this email gets lost in the shuffle? I generally add a follow-up sequence to every email, but sometimes I forget. So I've turned on Outreach's automatic reminders for all of my emails to remind me if Bridget doesn't respond to my emails soon. With only a few clicks, I've reached out to Bridget to go ahead and send her over some time so we can book our demo, and I've made sure the deal won't fall through the cracks. Plus, all of my activity will be associated with the right opportunity. To use our new deal acceleration tools, please go ahead and sign up for the beta experience on our website. As you can see, sales leaders are finding effective ways to leverage Outreach to not only exceed their revenue targets during these challenging times, but also create a culture of trust and accountability. Outreach provides a single line of sight into companies' pipeline, so sales leaders are able to pivot to meet the moment and adapt to our ever-changing and challenging times.
Awesome. Thanks, Cassie. We're proud to be expanding our workflows to serve the entire go-to-market team. Now I want to shift gears for a moment and come full circle around the flywheel and see what we're delivering to enable operational excellence. We don't say this enough, but we know that the real heroes behind the scenes of top sales teams are the admins and the revenue operations professionals. You play a huge role in helping sellers level up, and we're going to help you do the same. Next up, our VP of Professional Services, Kara Bloomberg, will announce new tools for admins that have saved some of our largest customers up to 20 hours a month.
Thanks, Manny, and a huge thank you to the teams who have been building Outreach Insights and our deal acceleration tools. Game-changing stuff. To drive operational excellence, our goal is to make outreach administration simple and automated to reduce risk and effort. And today we're announcing 2 key capabilities to help our admins. First, we're excited to announce SCIM API for Outreach, enabling you to connect with your preferred single sign-on provider like Okta or Azure Active Directory and automate the provisioning and management of your users in Outreach. For those of you with hundreds, even thousands of users, this will save you a ton of time and make sure all your reps have access to Outreach the day they join. Second, we're grateful to Cisco, Tableau, and Workday for their help in validating our new plugin configuration manager. Outreach admins can save up to 20 hours of configuration time with the ability to export, migrate, and restore CRM plugin configurations from a snapshot. You can easily test, then promote sandbox changes to production in minutes. These features, combined with our existing team and content governance investments, help large, complex sales organizations automate hours of manual work and ensure sellers have the technology, content, and access they need to be successful in their roles. Lastly, we realize how important it is to have experts on a platform in your organization. To arm you with deep outreach knowledge and recognize you as outreach experts, we're launching the Outreach Certification Program. We've invested significant time and resources to develop this industry-leading, one-of-a-kind, scientifically tested program. This 2-hour proctored exam will be available to complete in January 2021 for admins to validate their outreach mastery. Anyone certified in outreach should be proud to display this achievement on their LinkedIn profile and resume to help revenue leaders find best-in-class outreach admins to unlock the next level of sales engagement for their organizations. And we have a gift for you. For joining us today, we're offering early bird pricing for a limited time of $100 off. Operational excellence is what every revenue team strives for, and it begins by having confidence in the solution you adopt. That's why security and privacy have been part of our DNA from the very beginning. Very early in Outreach's history, Manny hired our Chief Information Security Officer to ensure company processes and engineering efforts were designed and deployed with enterprise security in mind. Since then, we've been the first in the industry to achieve the most relevant and demanded security and privacy certifications. We have the only known bug bounty program in sales engagement to continuously find and fix vulnerabilities before they impact you. We encrypt all of your data, both at rest and in transit, and provide robust privacy and safety features that give you extensive control over your data in the Outreach platform. Your trust is paramount to us, and we will continue to invest in the highest standards to exceed your expectations. To help you supercharge your outreach usage and to operate confidently in any environment, we encourage you to get your own team certified on Outreach, to work with one of our many certified partners, or to engage our world-class professional services team. And of course, sign up for the betas and certification. Details can be found in the link below. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you, Kara. We have been working on building a certification program for a while, and we can't wait to start seeing this show up on LinkedIn. Thank you for joining us today. We can't wait to get all these new products and capabilities into your hands to help your entire revenue organization to be more successful with your customers. Sign up for the betas at outreach.io/explore, and let's keep the flywheel spinning. If you have questions about the products we discussed today, you can join me and the key outreach leaders for an Ask Me Anything session right after this. Join and register using the link on the screen. Stay tuned to us in 2021. We got more things planned. Thank you all for attending Outreach Explore, and we wish you all a safe and healthy holiday season.